Ready, steady, go. How are you all, friends? Welcome to this one day, one runner habit series for this whole month of April, where I will be uncovering every single day one single runner habits, and then I will be explaining the perspective from a runner's end, and we'll be seeing like how that particular habit can be applied in business and also in our life. This is Karthik Viswanathan, and I have run multiple half marathons and a few full marathons, and that's why today I'm just going to take the very first habit for for the series. So it may not be the priority one or two or anything of that order. We'll be just, I'm going to pick it up randomly, and then we'll be just going from there. This is close to my heart. This one is making a start without overthinking, right? So from a runner perspective, so say whether a runner or a walker or jogger for that matter, whether that person is doing 1 kilometer jog or a 3 kilometers or a 5 kilometer, 10 kilometers, half marathon, full marathon, ultras, and whatever the distance might be, they would be doing the very key essential step, which is nothing but taking the very first step. Right, at the same time, they would not be overthinking each and everything that's going to happen during the particular run. Say for example, they wouldn't be caring too much about like the ups and downs of that particular race course, or they may not be thinking too much around the corners or the climatic conditions on that day, whether it is rain, hail, or shine, whatever it might be. Like they will be having a quick thinking, but it will not be like overthinking. They would not be going into that something we call it as analysis paralysis, right? And they might be like looking up to themselves. At the same time, they would not be too much worrying about like the kind of uncomfortness it might be kicking off during that particular run, maybe from the shoes, or maybe from the chafing, or maybe from a kind of like not getting enough water or hydration during the run, or not finding few supporters on the sidelines where they can do some high fives. So there may be so many things, but these runners, right, or joggers or walkers for that matter, they do not care too much about all these things. What they care is just making that start, making the very first step. So when we take this habit of the runners of making the start without overthinking, when we start applying to the business, right? Say if you're having a business idea, and then if you're thinking, overthinking it, and then trying to churn that particular idea as to create a unicorn business model for the future, right? So you would be overthinking it, but not really actioning it. But this is where like you can apply this making a start without overthinking habit. Maybe you can just pick up a phone and talk to your mentor and pitch this idea and have some discussion with your friends and bounce back few ideas with your fellow entrepreneurs, and then you can just go about with that. Or you can pick up a phone or go and stand in front of the potential customers of yours and ask some questions to identify the problems that what you're trying to solve, and so that in that way like you can just able to validate the solution that you're having in your mind. Or even better, like you can just pick up the business model canvas and try to jot down the value proposition of your idea, and talk about like, or brainstorm about like who you are serving, who the real customers you are serving, what their pain point that you're solving, what are the key activities that you need to do in the business. So those kind of initial thinking, or the cost structure, the fee structure, the basic marketing tools, like so many things are there, right? You can really start actioning rather than just overthinking it and not really taking that particular action. The moment you make that start, then the things will come, and then the how to say it, we can just say that the pieces of the puzzle you could be able to solve like one piece of the puzzle at a time, right? So that's what like you need to do. If you're stacking up with the kind of analysis paralysis, don't go into that mode. Just make a start, action it, and then you can do it. So that's the perspective from an entrepreneurial journey. And at the same time, you can apply this habit of runners, like making a start without without overthinking in your life. So, for example, you might be having a kind of a transformational process in creating a habit in your life. So maybe a kind of a financial wealth education habit that you want to cultivate by learning new market areas, and then investing models, and what kind of the things that you can make money, those kind of things, right? Rather than just overthinking, and rather than just thinking these things are only for certain people, you can start really doing it. Make a start. you will find some answers. You will start asking those questions. Or maybe a kind of a well-being perspective. It can be a mental well-being or a physical well-being. You don't need to just wait for the perfect moment to create those things. You can make a start and things will fall in place. So decluttering as a habit, you don't need to declutter all the whole of your house. Like, I'm just talking a physical decluttering, the whole of your house in one single day, right? You can start off with that one small shelf of yours. You can start off with that one small library of yours. It can just go with it, make a start. Recycling as a habit, reading or writing a book, those things, it can always we can tend to go into that overthinking mode, trying to just think that, okay, we need to give the best out of that one. But the whole perspective so from a runner's end is like, make a start. You will figure it out a way as you go. You will get those helps. You will, yes, you will. There would be some pain, there would be some challenges across, but definitely those things are really, really leading towards the final goal or the destination. Right? So don't wait for that perfect day in your life to make that start. Make that start today, and then definitely you will get some answers on the way. Right? So whenever you see, from now on, whenever you see a walker or a jogger or a runner who puts their heart and then who just stands tall and then who delivers that one step after one step, you just wave at them or smile at them or just give a nod of your head as a kind of a moral support. That will go for a long way. This is Karthik Viswanathan, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.